this, ladies and gentlemen, we have another keynote address. I'd like to invite Mr. Navin Joshua. He's founder GreenHonchos to please join us on stage, and he'd talk about modern brands for the modern world. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Navin Joshua. Over to you, sir.
Hi, Navin Joshua. Sorry, I think when we submit the presentation late, it comes up late. It's extremely humbling to have some of the greatest minds in retail, omni-channel here. It's a humbling experience and slightly overwhelming for me. I represent GreenHonchos, a D2C enabler. Won't spend too much time on that. When we got the opportunity to participate in an event like this, which is celebrating the D2C100, we jumped at it. In fact, we're quite certain that at least 1/10 of the landscape that is getting felicitated today, we have some small hand in it in playing a role as a D2C enabler. I'll just start off from where 𝐂𝐐𝐬𝐬 had left. He had one slide with, we could use any image, but it said, "Picture abhi baki hai mere dost." I absolutely so echo that sentiment. We work with a fairly large segment of offline retailers wanting to go online, house of brands, D2C first brands. The numbers and the growth is overwhelming. We've got some even unicorns sitting here right in front, and that does make me sweat a bit. But it is testament to the fact that growth is there, innovation is there, the opportunity with UPI coming in, the amount of funding going into D2C, the acceptability of new products, new ideas, and a changing consumer mindset and the internet penetration increase are all great statistics for us to be able to feel more confident about what brilliant stuff all of you are doing out here and building with a unique eye on the consumer. I think that's where I'll just spend a minute. Overall, I probably have only another couple of minutes, so I won't bore you for longer than that. But consumer trends. The customer is willing to give all of us an opportunity to deliver content to them. Any differentiated content has the ability to create a journey into commerce. So whether it's product innovation, it's new markets, new trends, new customer patterns, as well as new customer cohorts. I would also add, it's a great opportunity with the support system and the ecosystem being more robust now than it was probably pre-pandemic. There is so much of more information and knowledge. When we work with brands, when we work with clients, they pretty much have scaled their businesses to a point without much of a challenge. The 0 to 1, at least, they've all become masters at anyway. So speaks very well, of what's out there. 𝐂𝐐𝐬𝐬 mentioned omni-channel. Omni-channels for brands, but the consumer is also a very omni-consumer across devices, very, very seamless. And many a times we have brands actually chasing that rather than sellers or businesses actually providing for it. It's the consumer that has led the pace of that journey. We know all of this in terms of the size of the market. I saw a statistic, and my iPhone also told me exactly the same statistic for myself, which was 4.7 hours average hours spent on mobile per day. I felt a little better when I saw the India average being my average, so it didn't feel that bad. Category trends, tons of growth available almost in all categories. We know the global market scenario. India has a long way to go, which is only talking about the tip of the iceberg, which means how much innovation is yet to come. Just between 2019 to 25, there is a 4% to 11% growth in the e-retail market size itself, which almost all of us are representing as the consumer moves online. Barriers, just probably last couple of slides. Fragmented tech ecosystem. A lot of categories we spoke about in the previous slide are heavy RTO categories. And some of you guys have done a great job at that and have actually spent hours just understanding what innovations need to be done under the hood to keep the gross to net gap as low as possible. And I do believe this is a category-centric problem. Certain categories have no return, certain categories are prepaid only, but there is still so much in terms of the journeys to be able to really accentuate. Cost of acquisition. I think we all know that, you know, it has once been famously said that for every dollar invested, at least half of it does go to the ad spends or the media buyers. That is where I think diversification of the top of the funnel is critical for the businesses that are in the journey of 1 to 2. 0 to 1 can still plow their way like a T20 match, but after that, I think the one day and the test match does kick in. So those inconsistencies, that diversification of the top of the funnel are all extremely critical to get ahead of. You know, obviously we have a method in how we like to look at it, which is, you know, the cart by itself, the customer experience. We know about the repeat customer purchase. Up to 30 to 40% has become a norm now because D2C brands are doing such a great job at actually managing that entire consumer life cycle. Yeah, we had a small initiative that we've also launched called GH Amplify, which really partners with brands and actually takes them that additional mile by pretty much partnering and investing in that big variable of performance or marketing or tech as a stack. We believe tech and digital are uniquely tied up, or it's amalgamated to give the final result. We've been doing that for a few brands fairly successfully and actually flattening the curve, which makes the D2C business a little more predictable with the expertise similar to a marketplace business in terms of margin, while you still have access of first-party data to churn. So yeah, that's that for us. We are happy to work with brands and celebrate this opportunity with all of you. Looking forward to a great evening. Thank you.